Great morning, folks. This is Wesley Virgin. Welcome to another Sunday mindset message here. Okay, I go live every Sunday to give you the message for the week. And if you're brand new to me, I'm Wesley Virgin. I'm a self-made billionaire from Houston, Texas, and I have this glorious podcast for people like you to listen to absorb information from and actually apply it to your daily life so you too can become exactly what you're destined to be. And that's abundant, rich, happy, in love, feeling joy and enthusiasm every single day of your life here. But this morning's topic is, and I want you to write this down. Listen, if you can hear my voice, okay, give me 5 minutes, and I want you to write this down, please. Dreams are the birthplace of thinking, okay? Go ahead and write that down in the comments below, or write that down on a sheet of paper here, okay? Dreams. How many of you have dreams? Comment below. Yes. If you still have dreams and desires and goals, okay? Write down, dreams are the birthplace of thinking. Listen, let me share a story with you. So when I turned 22, I had a major a breakthrough in a way that some of you may have perceived that as a bad experience. I worked for a job at the age of 21, 22. I was all about corporate America. It was all about just grinding and working for other people, because at the time I was a computer technician and I love what I did. I really did. I love just putting computers together, programming computers, manipulating servers. That was just my thing. And I remember the day, and I used to work at a dealership, a car dealership, and I was there for 2 years. As a matter of fact, the first salary that was given to me was $8 an hour. I guess that'll tell you how old I am. Wait, I was making $8 an hour, but I was excited. And let me tell you why. Because I really enjoyed what I was doing for the dealership. And I would work 10, 12 hours a day, not because I had to, because I liked it. You know, whenever you do something you really enjoy and love, time seems to diminish. You know, time doesn't exist any longer. You just enjoy it so much. And I remember the day, I call it the day where everything changes in my life. And I remember walking up to the dealership. We had just moved to a brand new dealership here in Houston, actually I think, was it Pasadena? I'm not sure, Houston, Texas. And the computer systems were having an issue. People from the parts department, service department, sales department, all accosted me and said, "Wes, we can't log in. Wes, my computer's acting funny." So I immediately ran to my office, which was the server room at that time, where we had all the mainframe computers that served the dealership. Come to find out, there was a virus in the computer system. And I'm alarmed, but I'm calm. So I'm thinking, I'm going to people's computer, working to clean the virus. And it was bad. I mean, it was all over the dealership. It was insane. And we had to disconnect the servers, right? So that means the dealership was losing money. And I'm running around trying to fix everybody's computer. Until when I walked upstairs to attempt to clean the service, I saw the dealer, who was the owner of the dealership, and he was furious. He didn't look happy at all. And he said, "Wesley, what's going on?" I said, "Sir, there's a virus in the computer systems, and I'm working trying to get it resolved." He said, "Stop. Wesley, I'm done with you, and I'm tired of this. You're done here." And that man took me to the comptroller's office, which was my immediate supervisor, and she was responsible for writing out the checks. And she wrote out my check and gave it to me. And they escorted me off the property of that dealership, never to be seen again. And let me tell you something, when I was driving home, thinking to myself, I couldn't believe it, honestly, because I thought I was expendable. I thought that they'd never fire me. I'm a hard worker. Can anybody relate? Sometimes in the back of your mind, you think, well, they can never fire me. They need me, right? I'm the only one that knows these computer systems. I know these programs. I've been here for 2 years. I've even been to the owner's house, had the opportunity to see his beautiful boats, his beautiful house. I mean, he was rich, right? And I said, he'll never fire me, man. And I'm driving home in awe, like almost, I couldn't believe it that he just let me go without a warning, without a write-up or not even a suspension. And that car ride home was when my dream started to evolve. At 22 years old, that's when I began to dream outside of my reality, outside of my status quo. And I want a lot of you to think right now. I think we all have a moment in our lives when something happens because we're following the rules, we're doing the right thing, we're going to work, going to school, getting a good education, showing up to work on time, doing what the boss tells us, and still it doesn't work the way that we were told it should work. And that moment, you feel a moment of frustration. You may get a little angry. However, that's when your dream is born. And at the age of 22, that's when my dream was born, to become a millionaire. I didn't know how I was going to become a millionaire. I didn't know who was a millionaire. I didn't know any successful people aside from my boss that just fired me. But I knew that I could no longer follow the rules of society. Does that make sense? I knew I could no longer fit this mold of being an employee or following the rules like I did in high school and middle school. Think about it. When you're in high school, middle school, elementary, you were taught to sit down, listen to the teacher, don't talk back to the teacher. The teacher knows everything. Before you can talk, you have to raise your hand. You have to ask to go to the bathroom. You have to ask if you want to go here and go there. And this starts to happen even when you work for people. We have a job. You got to ask to talk. You got to ask to go to the restroom, ask to take a vacation, tell your boss you're taking a break. And I can no longer live that way. And I want you to understand something, and I want you to realize that your dreams are the birthplace of your thinking, which is, like right now, what are you thinking about? I do my best to coach and mentor people on the internet and sometimes in person as well. And I hear people explaining and, telling me their frustrations. They're always telling me what's wrong and what's not working, what's this and this. And what they don't realize that, listen, your dreams are the birthplace of your thinking. So is your misery. Like your misery is the birthplace of your thinking as well. Your struggle is the birthplace of your thinking as well. Your problems are the birthplace of your thinking. Your challenges, the things that you feel that you have worked towards for a very long time, but you have not seen the preferred outcome. That is the birthplace of your thinking. Let me go deeper. Comment the word go deeper, ladies and gentlemen. Are you still with me here? Comment the word go deeper. Listen. Until you realize that your thinking and how you think about your dream is going to determine if that dream ever come into fruition. For example, after I had the dream to be rich and to make millions of dollars, I started to join organizations, business organizations, because I wanted to make money. Okay? So I started to enroll in opportunities, but I failed. Okay? I failed. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I failed. I kept failing. It's like nothing worked. And that's what I would say to myself. I said, nothing is working. How many of you can resonate with that? Say amen. Be honest. I said, man, this is not working. I joined something for 2 weeks, for 1 month. Why is it not working? Why aren't, at that time I was in network marketing. I said, why isn't anyone joining my organization? Why isn't anyone buying my products? I'm talking to people. I'm reading books. I'm going to the meetings. Why aren't I growing? How many of you can relate? And you've said that before. Be honest. In any situation, business, it could be working out. Why am I not losing weight? Why do I still look the same? Let me say this again. Your dream and your misery is the birthplace of your thinking. Which means is, if you're asking questions such as, why is this not working? That's thinking. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's thinking. Why is it taking so long for this to work? That's thinking. I knew I should have never did this. That's thinking. I've tried everything. That's thinking. And those thoughts will guarantee that you will remain miserable. Can I get an amen, please? Because I'm on fire this morning. Okay? Does that make sense? You get it now? Are you understanding that, this is... One thing that I try to really explain to my team is that what you feel in the moment, it's like when you try something over and over again and you're not getting results, you have the proclivity to want to speak about it, Man, I don't know why it's not working. I thought this was it. I thought this was gonna work. Man, I need a miracle. I need something to work. I need something. Why is this? Nah. Because see, what you don't realize, your brain, your mind, that beautiful mind of yours doesn't know what's actually happening in your perceived reality. It doesn't know that you're having a bad day. Your mind doesn't know that you're not making sales. Your mind doesn't know that you are in debt, that you're not making enough money. Your mind doesn't know that things are not going your way. It doesn't know anything. Listen, your brain and your mind only knows what you tell it. Whatever you tell your mind, listen, young people, whatever you tell your mind, you tell yourself repeatedly over and over and over again, your mind will believe it. And once it believes it, it will produce that result. Okay? Are you with me here? It's going to produce it. It doesn't matter how hard you're working. It doesn't matter how many years, how many decades you've been trying to do something. It doesn't matter how many opportunities that you've been involved with, how many businesses you've created. If you're approaching these situations with thinking of misery, thinking of struggle, thinking as like, when is it going to happen? Desperation, depression, despondency. If you just continue to approach your business, your opportunities, your relationships, your life like that, you will consistently produce a result that is unfavorable. Am I making sense? Comment the word amen if I'm making sense here this morning. Okay? Write this down again, please. And I think you're going to understand why I'm asking you to write this down over and over again. Dreams are the birthplace of thinking. Write it. I want that to be tattooed and bonded and welded in your brain. That your dream is the birthplace of your thinking. That if you want your dream to manifest, you must think about the dream every day. You must think about it when you wake up. You got to think about it when you're taking a shower. You're thinking about it when you're eating breakfast. Thinking about it when you're driving to work. You have to think about it when you're on the toilet. You have to think about it when you're making love to your significant other. You got to think about it when you're playing with your kids. You have to continue to think about it. And listen, let me go deeper here. You can't just think about it. You got to think about it as if it is happening. Oof. Okay? Why? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between an actual experience or the experience or your imagination that is taking place in your mind. It doesn't know. When people wake up, oh man, I don't feel like doing nothing today. Today's going to be a terrible day. It's going to be a busy day. It's going to be a hard day. It's going to be, oh God. Like when you do that, your brain says, okay, it's going to be a hard day. It's going to be a terrible day. It's going to be a horrific day. Got it. You wake up in the morning, oh my God, I hope this works out. Oh God, I don't want this to happen again like it happened yesterday. Oh God, I hope things get better. Okay, you hope things get, your brain says, okay, you hope things get better, which means that you just hope. That means you're not guaranteed that it will get better. So how about we just continue to do what we've always done because it's very familiar to us. So your brain, and when it's processing information subconsciously, it allows you to see and perceive things that match how you feel and how you think. Hit the love button a few times. Did you get that? I know some of you went over your head. Let me go slow and let me explain it like a third grader. Listen, if you tell yourself in the morning, today is going to be the best freaking day of my life. You know what your mind going to say? Okay, today is going to be the best day of our life. Okay, why? What do we have in our mind that's going to make that happen? If you say, today I'm going to make $30,000. Okay, great. All right, you're going to make $30,000. Okay. What do we need to do to make that happen for Mr. Virgin since he wants to make $30,000 today? Today I'm going to attract the woman or the man of my dream. Oh, okay. What do we need to do to think and to attract? This is what your brain is doing, by the way. Your brain is consistently taking responses from you or commands from you and working subconsciously, processing that information working to make it a reality. That's why, listen, you may say, well, today I want to make $1 million, and tomorrow you don't make $1 million. It's not that you're not going to make $1 million. The issue is your brain is still thinking on how it will make that happen for you. Does that make sense? See, a lot of you, your brain has already been programmed and conditioned for you to not only understand failure, but to be very familiar with failure. See, when you say, oh my God, these problems, your brain understands problems because that's what you have communicated to it. So it knows how to bring a problem to you quickly. When you say, I don't want any problems, the brain brings you problems because the brain itself, it can't process negations. It doesn't know what you mean by what you don't want. It understands how you feel and what you're saying to it and how you're saying it to the mind. I don't want any problems. I'm sick and tired of this. Oh, you're sick and tired of this? So let's give you more of that. Because once again, your brain doesn't understand don't. It doesn't understand that you don't want this. It doesn't understand how you feel as you say the words. Does that make sense? See, whatever your mind, whatever your brain is very familiar with, it's just going to bring to you. It's going to attract. But when you start to say things like, I'm successful, I'm a multimillionaire, I always get what I want, my body is fit, healthy, and fine. Well, those commands, even though your brain hears it, it's uncommon. Everything always works out for me. Like, it's uncommon. So your brain is not familiar with these commands, which means is you have to be very repetitive until your brain finds a way to make it a reality. If your brain is filled with just negative, cynical responses, your brain is filled with self-deprecation. You call yourself a loser. You tell yourself you're ugly. This never works out for me. It's my fault. I hold this guilt. Like, what do you think your brain is going to do if you tell your brain and your mind those commands? It's going to make it a reality for you. And then when you're trying to speak new life, when you start to speak on your dreams, such as I want a Lamborghini, I want a Ferrari, I want a brand new beautiful house in the gated community, I want to put my children in private schools, I want to be able to take a check to my parents and tell them that never have to work another day of their life, I want to take them around the world, I want to pay for their trips, I want to take my children around the world. Well, listen, it's not that you can't manifest that. The issue is your brain, your mind is unfamiliar with those dreams. It's unfamiliar with your pain. It's familiar with your stress. It's familiar with your frustrations. It's familiar with your guilt. Can I get an amen? Am I making sense here? Write this down again. Dreams are the birthplace of thinking. Okay? That's where the dreams are birthed. That's where they come from. Like babies, they come from the womb of the mother. Well, the dreams come from the brain, the thinking of the mind. That's how they come to pass. Okay? So what does that mean, Mr. Virgin? What should I do right now at this moment? Well, even in this moment, you can start thinking about your dream. As a matter of fact, I want everybody to type their dreams below. The first thing that comes to your mind, type it. What is your dream? Like, what is your dream? If I ask you, well, what's your problem? You can tell me that. Oh, let me tell you my problems. Man, I have no money. I'm fat. I'm overweight. I'm sick. I'm lonely. Can't find a man. Can't find a woman. I need to go to church. I don't know what's wrong with my life. I smoke too much. I drink too much. I'm just a degenerate. I got all these vices. I'm trying to stop smoking weed. See, we're so familiar with the problem. But I said, what is your dreams? See, until you can communicate your dream just as you're communicating your problems, your dreams will never manifest. So I don't want us to begin here. Comment your dreams below. Write them down. And you don't have to write one dream. Write many. Type them. When was the last time you even thought about your dream? When was the last time you wrote down your dreams? Whatever, listen. Whatever the mind consumes, Whatever thinking the mind consumes, the mind is going to produce. Whatever commands, whatever emotions, whatever feelings that the brain receives consistently, it's going to produce that outcome. Write down your dreams. Right now. Talking to you, big head. Write them down. And don't think about where you are. Don't think about the money that's not in your bank account. Don't think about your heartbreaks. Don't think about your life. Don't think about your debt. Don't think about the bad credit. Right now, in this moment, all I want you to do is write down your dream. Just do it. Type it. Because what I'm trying to do, just like I have a Lamborghini, when that Lamborghini runs out of gas, I got to fill it up. And I have to put 93 octane in it. So that's what I want to do for you. I want to put 93 octane in that brain of yours. Because you've been putting 88, you've been putting that cheap gas in that mind of yours. Those cheap thoughts, that cheap thinking. If I put cheap gas in the Lamborghini is not going to run efficiently. So all I want to do is I want to fill up your mind with the thinking that you want to manifest the dream. Can I get an amen, please? Okay? Write down your dreams right now. Write down your dreams. I want you to be, let's go, comment the word, go deeper, Wes. You want me to go deeper? Let Mr. Virgin go deeper. I don't want you to be vague. Don't write down financial independency. No. We don't want to be financial independency. How much, what does that mean? How much is financial independency meaning to you? No, we don't want to be financially free. How much money is that so you will wake up one morning and realize you are financially free? How much money is that per month, per year, per day, per week? Okay? Let's get clarity around that. Comment below here. Come on, comment. Write down your dream. Do it. You have nothing to lose. I'm with you. I got your back. Wesley $1 billion Virgin. I'm here mentoring you. A lot of you beg me for mentorship. But you don't realize if you open up those eyes of yours, I'm mentoring you right now. Do it. Write it down now. That's all I want you to do. Don't think about how it's going to be done. Don't think about your situation. Just do exactly as I am instructed you. Be coachable. Be a teachable individual. Write it down. Write down all your dreams. Write them down. What are your dreams? What are your desires? What are your goals? Write them down. Now. Write them down. Write down your dreams. Some of you still haven't done it. You know why you haven't done it? Because you don't think that you need to do it to be able to produce the result that you want. But if you would just be like a baby and be teachable. A baby from the ages 1 to 7, the baby is teachable. What I mean is they are unconsciously learning everything. They're not trying to decide. They're not trying to decipher. They're not trying to break it down. They don't need to talk to no one about it. They just do it. That's what I want you to do. That's why so many of you make success and excellence and abundance so difficult. You're the one that's making it hard with all the questions instead of just doing it. All I'm asking you to do is write down exactly what the dream is. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you to jump up and down. I'm saying just type with those fingers of yours. Type your goals. Type your dreams. Why? Because dreams, are the birthplace of thinking. All I want to do is fill up your brain and your mind with your dreams. I want to do that for you. Can I do that for you? Can I get an amen? That's all I'm doing. That's what I did at 21, 22, 23 years old. Maybe at 27, 28, I realized that my problem wasn't that I didn't have any opportunities that worked. My thinking wasn't working properly. Okay? See, whatever a man and whatever a woman focuses on is what that woman or man is going to attract. Can I get an amen? Do you believe that? Let me say that one more time. Whatever a man or a woman focuses on, whatever he or she put his or her attention on is what he or she is going to attract in his or her life. We know that. If you wake up angry, if you go to work angry, you're going to attract angry situations. If you wake up depressed, defeated, well, you're going to meet and attract that type of energy. But if you wake up happy, abundant, expecting more, feeling that everything is working in your favor, you will begin to attract it. And I know some of you say, well, what if you don't attract it? What if I do all that, Wes, and I still don't attract what I want? What if I do everything that you just shared with me, Wes, and it still don't happen? Wes, I've been doing it, Wes. Still not happening. Still not happening. Come here. Come here. Your dreams are the birthplace of your thinking. So is your misery. See, even that statement, well, what I've been doing is not working. That's thinking, is it not? What I've been doing all this, not working. That's thinking. And you're communicating to your mind and your brain that it's not working. You know why? Because it never works. See, some of you have thinking that is like cement that has been sitting there for years. You know, when you pour cement, you have to wait hours or days for it to harden. Some of you, your cement is so hard you can't break it. We're trying to lay some new bricks. We're trying to lay down some new foundation. But you're so hard, you can't break it. Because you keep reverting back to what's familiar. I'm asking you right now, while you're listening to me, listen. It's time to break the cement of the past. Some of you are so hard-headed, it's hard. That even when you're trying to see yourself out of your situation, you tend to revert back to what's familiar. What I want you to understand, the only reason why you keep having these thoughts, negative thoughts or thoughts of desperation or impatience is because you have filled your mind up with that junk. There's so much of it in the mind. And some of you know what you're trying to do? You're trying to move in new information before you get rid of the information that doesn't serve you. If I have an apartment, if I have furniture in my apartment and I want to remodel, I don't go out to the furniture store and start moving in new furniture because I don't need 2 couches and 2 dining tables and 2 refrigerators and 2 TVs. People will say that's cluttered, correct? Man, why you have 2 of everything? Why it's so cluttered in here? And even though you have nice furniture in the home, you have the old and the nice furniture there, and it still looks tacky. And that's what's happening with a lot of you. Your brain is still so tacky because you got the old information, the old beliefs, and the new beliefs, and trying to make sense of them both. I'm asking you to begin to eliminate the old beliefs. Get rid of them. You know how you get rid of old beliefs? You just start talking about it. Whatever you just stop talking about, it begins to diminish. You know, when people say, well, I just can't get rid of these, I just can't get rid of these, I just can't get rid of these thoughts. I just can't get rid of this experience. That person did this to me. This happened to me. I just can't get over it. Do you not realize that you are the person that's reinforcing that belief? Just by you talking about it, you're bringing the belief back to life. You know how you get rid of all the old beliefs? You stop talking about them. It doesn't mean that you're not going to think about them, but you stop talking about them. See, a nail is just a nail until you drill it into the board. The utilization of a nail is not utilized until it's hammered into a board first. Other than that, it's just a nail. Until you nail it in a board that connects to another board, now you're building something. What I want you to understand is your thoughts are like nails that you haven't spoke. They're just there, doing nothing. But when you start to speak the thoughts, that's when you're using the nail, drilling them in the board. Does that make sense? So if you want to get rid of the negative thoughts, stop talking about them. You know they exist, right? How many times we need to tell ourselves, oh, I'm broke, I don't have any money, this is not working, oh, God, I wish I had a mentor. My boss don't treat me right, I hate this job, I hate this business, I hate my wife, I hate my husband, I hate these kids, I hate everything. Like, how many times do you need to remind yourself of things you already know? Nothing ever works out for me, man. Nothing ever works out for me. Why did I go to school? I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my life. I need to do something. I'm depressed. I can't understand my thoughts. Why can't I understand my life? I just can't get my life together. I can't understand my life. What is up with my life? I just can't get it. Why can't I get this right? Shut up! Stop talking. That's your problem. Just shut up. You want to get rid of the negative thoughts? You want to get rid of the old beliefs? Stop talking about them. Okay? Stop giving them life. Listen, we know you broke. We can see that you're broke. Okay? We know that you're displeased with your job. We know that you're displeased with your marriage. Okay, we see that. We know that you're fat and overweight. We know that you're ill and sick. We know that. Why do we need to repeat that? What is the purpose? How does that serve me? How does that serve you? And how does that serve the greater good? Hello? It doesn't. Like, it really doesn't. If you think about it for a second, it doesn't serve anyone. Dreams are the birthplace of thinking. Please share this video out if you got any value here this morning. Comment the word value if you got value. What I would like you to do is I want you to take what you wrote in the comment section below, and I want you to write that on a sheet of paper. Just write down your dreams and goals, and I want you to write them as if you have already achieved them. See, I'm so grateful that I earn $1 million a day. I'm so grateful now that I have my beautiful private jet. That's my dream. That's my goals. I'm so grateful now that I'm doing speaks and getting paid millions of dollars per speak around the world once a week, traveling this beautiful world, this beautiful planet here. I'm so grateful that I'm changing and helping and assisting and providing such a great impact on people's lives. I'm so grateful that this podcast, millions of downloads every single day, people running up to me, grabbing me, hugging me, shaking my hand, saying, Wesley, thank you for the information that you're pervading around the internet. What's your dream? I want you to write it down. I want you to be conscious of your thinking, because you're thinking, because your dreams are the birthplace of your thinking. Be aware of how you're thinking. Just be aware. And And yes, you're going to think that you're delusional. I get it, some of you are like, well, isn't it? I'm lying to myself? Am I lying to myself, Wes? Am I lying to myself if I say I'm rich and I'm broke? Am I lying to myself when I say I'm fit and I'm fat? Am I lying to myself when I say I'm in love and my relationship is fucked? Am I lying to myself, Wes? Am I? Am I lying to myself? You tell me. The question is, what do you want? Your brain doesn't. That's another thing about the mind. The mind doesn't know what a lie is. What is a lie? Brain doesn't really know. It doesn't really understand all that. Am I lying to myself? It's you that's providing the definitions for everything that's taking place in your life. If you need to lie to yourself to make yourself feel better, lie to yourself. Let me tell you why. Because if you continue to tell yourself what you want, even though you're not getting it, eventually your mind is going to produce what you want. But it just takes some time. It's a delay. Okay? Coming to where it's a delay. It will be a delay sometimes. Okay? Does that make sense? It's going to be a delay. Coming to where it's going to be a delay, Wes. A little delay. Yeah, it's going to be a delay. Don't think that because you want to make $10,000 this month that you're going to make $10,000. But you should think that you're going to make $10,000 this month. But if you don't, just say it's a little delay. If you want to make $1 million this month and you don't make $1 million, just say it's a little delay. If you don't lose the weight that you want to lose, just say it's a little delay. If you want to do better in your school, but you're not making good grade, it's a little delay. If you want your relationship to evolve, you want them to get better, you want them to make progress, it's a little delay. That's it. That's all what's happening. Your brain just wants to know that what you're saying is what you actually want. Because your mind has received and has absorbed all this negativity, all that negative self-talk, all those negative thoughts, all the looking and seeing the glass half empty. Looking at the sky, you see the sun, but you see the clouds at the same time. Your brain is so filled with misery and disappointment and struggle. So you have to give your brain and your mind some time to consume and to hardwire these new beliefs. Can I get an amen, please? It's just a little delay. Just a little bit. It doesn't mean it's not working. It doesn't mean you got to stop. It's just a little delay. Keep going. Trust me. I know. I'm living my result right now. I spent times in my little bitty apartment at the age of 23, 24. Small apartment, air mattress, still have children, single, broke as a joke, waking up positive, waking up expecting the best, waking up looking at my vision boards, looking at all the pictures of the vacations I would take, looking at the chef that would prepare my food, looking at the drivers that would drive me around the world, looking at the planes I would fly in, the homes I would buy, the real estate I will own, the businesses I will build, the people that I would impact. And it happened. Okay? Like it actually took place. Young black man, Houston, Texas, no resources. My parents, they're broke. Everybody's broke. No mentorship. Didn't know anyone that even made $100,000. But yet every day of my life at the age of like 26, 27, I decided to believe that I was already living the reality that I wanted to live. I just started to live that way. So I started to think that way. Every month, every week, every year, I was just thinking that I was already there. And I thought it so much. Like I was thinking about it so much. I felt rich. I didn't think about the problems and the debt and all the issues. That just dissipated. Those nails, they fell off the board because I didn't give it power. I didn't give it any of my attention. And that's what I want you to do. Smash the like button if you got value. Remember, I love you. Listen, I love you. And if you haven't heard this lately, I'm proud of you. Listen to me, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Because you haven't given up. You're learning. You're in the process of learning. It's so much you have to unlearn and so much you have to learn. And you're learning patience. And I love you for that, because that's necessary when you're on this journey to enter into the 1%. It takes patience. It takes passion. It takes care. It takes sacrifice. It takes isolating yourself. And I'm so proud of you because you're still doing that. And I love you for that. And I will continue to do what I'm doing right here. And I thank you for sharing this out. And thank you for liking and actually commenting below. Thank you for interacting with me, because it's going to help you, not me. This is not for me. Wesley's good. I'm great, actually. I got everything I've ever wanted. I just need that private jet. That's it. And it's on the way. And actually, my private jet is in some hangar right now waiting for my butt to sit in that seat right now. Oh, it's waiting for me. Can I claim it right now? Like, it's waiting for me. Do you not understand that house and that home that you want is waiting for you right now for you to sign the lease? They're ready to give you the key to that home. They're ready to put your name at the front, at that security desk in that gated community. So when you drive through, your name is already on file. That private school that you want to put your children, well, the enrollment applications are ready for your signatures. The check, the paper for that check, it's already there for you to write the check for the school for your children to get the best education possible. It's already there. That car, that dealership that you've been looking at, and that car you've been looking at, well, it's time. It's already there. It's waiting on you. It's because it's for you. Say, comment below. It's for me. Like, that car is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to jump in and walk into that dealership and write that check for that beautiful dream car of yours. Like, it's there. It's waiting for you because it's your car. Do you not understand that? You have a business that you're building. Like, the customers, they're out there. They're waiting to give you their cash. They're waiting to give you their money. Much love, folks. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin. Much love, and let's go.